You are listening to part 21A of the podcast series, 21 Qualities of a Leader.
The 21st quality of a leader is vision. Vision. John Scully said, the future belongs to those who see possibilities before they become obvious. In a book that I wrote in the early 1990s, entitled Developing the Leader Within You, I have an entire chapter on vision. And basically in that chapter, I talk about the fact that vision is the one indispensable quality of a leader. Now let me tell you what I know about vision. Let me tell you what I know about leadership. Just because you have a vision doesn't mean you're a leader. I've had people have all kinds of dreams. Trust me, they weren't leaders. So the vision doesn't make you a leader. But if you are a leader, you will have a vision. That's a fact. Every leader I know has a dream for what they want to become and what they want to help other people become. They have a vision. So let me give you some vision statements that will help you in knowing what your vision is and how to communicate it to others. Number one, vision starts within. People say, where does a vision begin? It always begins within you. A great leader's courage to fulfill his vision comes from passion, not position. The question is not, what do you see? The question is, what do you feel? Because the vision always has passion in it, or it's not a transferable vision. You cannot transfer a vision of tomorrow successfully to anyone else unless you feel the vision deep down inside of you. In other words, a leader must be moved. I, as a leader, must be moved with a vision before I have the ability to move you. Number two, vision is rooted in the past. You have to have the full context of a vision, which basically says people will not go forward until they've connected with the past. Yesterday gives context for today, and yesterday gives reason for tomorrow. So when you're casting vision as a leader, be sure that you have the past in it. In fact, I have discovered that people will not stretch for the future until they've touched yesterday. Give the full context of a vision. Help them to understand that, yes, the future is bright. What is a vision, by the way? The vision is nothing more than a clear picture of tomorrow that creates a passion today. That's what a vision is. And so when you have them stretch out with that clear vision of tomorrow, if it's done correctly, it'll create a passion within a person today. Number three, vision includes others and adds value to them. The law of significance, one is too small of a number to achieve greatness. Again, great leaders take the vision from me to we. The little poem, Indispensable Man, I keep it with me all the time because it just helps me. Sometimes when you're feeling important, and sometimes when your ego's on bloom, and sometimes when you take it for granted you're the best qualified in the room. Sometime when you feel that your going would leave an unfillable hole, just follow this simple instruction and see how it humbles your soul. Take a bucket and fill it with water. Put your hand in it up to the wrist. Pull it out, and the hole that's remaining is the measure of how you'll be missed. You may splash all you please when you enter. You can stir up the water galore, but stop and you'll find in a minute that it looks quite the same as before. The moral of this quaint example is to do just the best that you can. Be proud of yourself, but remember there's no indispensable man. Number four, vision helps you to gather resources. This is so true. The vision helps you gather resources. One of the most valuable benefits of vision is that it acts like a magnet, attracting, challenging, and uniting people. It also rallies finances and other resources. The greater the vision, the more winners it has that it attracts to the potential of that vision. The more challenging the vision, the harder the participants fight to achieve it. Edwin Land, the founder of Polaroid, advised, the first thing you do is teach the person to feel that the vision is very important and nearly impossible, that draws out the drive in winners. Common mistake that leaders make. I see this all the time. Remember, we're talking about vision helping you receive the resources. Here's the common mistake that leaders make. Waiting on the resources before they cast the vision. They say, you know what? Before we cast the vision, we better make sure financially we have the resources. Can I tell you something? The vision is always bigger than your resources. If your resources match your vision, you don't have a vision. You with me? It's always a stretch out there. When I go to Washington, D.C., often I go over to the part in the Smithsonian Institute where John F. Kennedy is speaking to the entire Congress, and I think he's speaking to them in 1962, and he's casting the vision that by the end of this decade, he said, we want to put a man on the moon. And I've gone over and watched that, I don't know, 25 times. What makes that such an inspiring speech to me is when he said at the end of this decade, we want to put a man on the moon. I mean, he talked about setting a clear vision. What makes that such an inspiring vision to me was this. When he made that statement, there was not the technology nor the know-how of how to put a man on the moon. But all leaders have the ability to stretch their people, and those resources come. And before the end of that decade, of course, what do? We put a man on the moon.